Love it or hate it, there's no denying that Sriracha sauce is one of the most famous hot sauces in the world. But did you know that the town where it's made once tried to shut down the factory because the air was too spicy? That's right. When the factory was cranking out millions of bottles of Sriracha, the strong chili pepper fumes were so intense that residents started complaining of burning eyes and sore throats. There was even a lawsuit that nearly stopped production forever. But don't worry, the hot sauce survived. And today, we're taking you inside the factory to see how those fiery chilies transform into the legendary Sriracha sauce. From fresh peppers to that unmistakable spicy kick, let's dive in. Before we get to the spicy stuff, it all starts with choosing the perfect variety of chili peppers. Did you know there are over 4,000 different types of chili peppers around the world? From mild bell peppers to the scorching Carolina Reaper, each type has its own level of heat, shape, and flavor. The heart and soul of Sriracha sauce? These beautiful red chili peppers. But before we get to the factory process, let's take you to one of those huge farms and see where those spicy peppers are actually growing. Chili pepper seeds are usually started indoors in small containers to give them a cozy head start. They need warmth, sunlight, and just the right amount of moisture to sprout into tiny green seedlings. After about 6 to 8 weeks, these baby chili plants are ready to move to their new home. The fields. Out here in the fields, chili plants need well-drained soil, plenty of sunshine, and regular watering to thrive. And trust me, these guys love the heat. Chili plants grow fast, and within a few weeks, you'll see tiny white flowers blooming. These flowers are super important because they turn into chili peppers. But wait, it's not that easy. Farmers have to make sure the plants are healthy by protecting them from pests, weeds, and diseases. And let's not forget, these plants need a good drink of water, but not too much. Nobody likes soggy chilies. With the right care, these little green chilies will start turning red, and that's when things start heating up. After about 70 to 90 days, it's time for the most exciting part. Harvest time. Farmers carefully pick the ripe red chilies by hand to avoid damaging the plants. Some farms use machines to speed up the process, especially when harvesting chilies in huge quantities. Whether picked by hand or machine, only the ripest, brightest red chilies make the cut. The greener ones get to stay a little longer to fully mature. Alright guys, now we are going to uncover how your favorite sauce is actually made in the factory. The peppers are picked and transported straight to the factory. Speed is key here. These little fire bombs need to be processed while they are still ultra fresh. Before we continue with the factory process, I'd kindly ask you for a favor. We are putting our utmost effort into the videos for you, and your support is crucial for the growth of our channel. We would love to create more fascinating food discovery videos for you, so please like our videos and subscribe to our channel. Now that the peppers have arrived at the factory, the first step is giving them a good wash. Dirt, debris, and any unwanted leaves are removed before they move on to the next stage. After washing, the peppers go through a sorting process. Any damaged or unripe ones are removed, leaving only the best quality peppers to be turned into Sriracha magic. Now it's time to turn these whole chili peppers into a thick, flavorful paste. The peppers travel down the conveyor and into these powerful grinders, where they're crushed into a pulp, seeds, skin, and all. Look at that rich red color. This is where Sriracha sauce starts taking shape. But we're just getting started. Next up, it's time to add some serious flavor. Now, let's talk about the secret to Sriracha's irresistible taste. The chili paste is mixed with just a few simple but powerful ingredients: vinegar, sugar, salt, and of course, garlic. The vinegar gives Sriracha that signature tangy kick, while sugar balances the heat with a touch of sweetness. And garlic? Well, it adds that unmistakable depth of flavor. Now, here's something you might not know. Before Sriracha gets bottled, it goes through a special aging process. The chili paste is stored in these massive containers for several days, allowing the flavors to blend and develop. The fermentation process is what gives Sriracha that deep, complex taste we all love. During this time, natural chemical reactions mellow out the sharpness of the chili while enhancing its umami-rich depth. This depth is the secret to Sriracha's legendary balance of heat, tang, and sweetness. Once the aging process is complete, it's time for one last mix to make sure every bottle has the same bold, consistent flavor. The sauce is also heated during this step, which helps preserve it naturally. No artificial preservatives needed. Now, here's the moment we've all been waiting for. Bottling time. This is where the magic happens. The freshly made Sriracha sauce is pumped into those iconic clear squeeze bottles with the rooster logo. And of course, no Sriracha bottle is complete without its signature bright green cap. Fun fact, did you know that Hui Fong Foods has never advertised Sriracha? The sauce became a global phenomenon purely through word of mouth. Before heading to stores, every bottle is checked for quality. The team makes sure each one is sealed correctly, has the right amount of sauce, and meets the highest standards. Then, it's off to supermarkets, restaurants, and homes around the world, ready to add a spicy kick to your favorite dishes. And that's how Sriracha sauce is made. From fresh chili peppers to the bottle in your kitchen, every step is carefully crafted to bring you that bold, addictive flavor. Before we wrap up, here are some spicy fun facts. Did you know chili peppers contain capsaicin, the compound that makes them hot? The more capsaicin, the spicier the pepper. And guess what? Eating spicy foods releases endorphins, makes you feel happy. So technically, chilies can put you in a good mood, if you can handle the heat. So next time you add a squeeze of this fiery goodness, you'll know exactly what went into making it. And that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on more foodie adventures. And just in case you have missed some of the older episodes, we have you covered. We've attached a special selection of past Fact Review episodes to this video. So stay with us and enjoy more fascinating food discoveries here with Fact Review. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode. Ever drizzled olive oil on a salad? Or dipped warm bread into it and wondered, how does this golden liquid sunshine make its way to my table? Today we're heading into the world of olive oil to uncover the fascinating journey of how it's made in a factory. From harvesting olives to bottling that rich golden goodness, it's a process full of tradition, science, and of course, flavor. It all starts here, in the olive grove. These trees, with their gnarly branches and silvery green leaves, are some of the oldest cultivated plants in the world, dating back over 6,000 years. And get this, some olive trees can live for thousands of years. Talk about aging like fine wine, or fine oil. Olive trees for olive oil production are primarily grown in regions with a Mediterranean climate. These are the major producers in the world. Spain, the world's largest producer, especially in regions like Andalusia, Catalonia, and Castilla-La Mancha. Italy, known for premium oils from regions like Tuscany, Puglia, and Sicily. Greece, famous for its oil from Kalamata and Koroneiki olives. But besides Spain, Italy, and Greece, Turkey and the North African countries, Tunisia, Morocco, and Algeria are also growing exporters of olive oil. And now you are wondering, what about American olive oil? Well, you are totally right. California, the Sunshine State, also produces high-quality olive oil, especially in regions like Napa Valley and Central Valley. But before we continue our ride of olive oil making, please, can we ask you a quick favor? We put our utmost effort and passion in these videos for you, and your support means the world to us. So please give us a thumbs up for the video and subscribe to our channel, so we can continue producing interesting food discovery videos for you. And now let's head straight to a huge olive grove to see how those beautiful green fruits thrive to later be transformed into the golden liquid we all love. Olives start out as tiny green buds in the spring, and by late summer to fall they mature into plump fruits. But not all olives are equal. Some stay green, while others ripen into deep black or purple. A little fun fact here, olive trees only produce fruit every other year in a process called alternate bearing. Yes, so you can tell those farmers need a whole lot of patience. Come autumn, it's harvest time. Traditionally, olives were hand-picked, which is a slow and labor-intensive process. But today, we've got a mix of old and new methods. Some farmers still prefer hand-picking to avoid damaging the fruit, especially for table olives. But in larger-scale factories, mechanical harvesters gently vibrate the branches to make the olives fall. This ensures the fruit is collected quickly and efficiently while staying intact. Now look at how those olives rain down like tiny green and black marbles into the nets. After the harvest, the olives are rushed to the processing facility. Speed matters here. Olives start to oxidize quickly, which can affect their taste and quality. First, they're sorted to remove leaves, stems, and any bad olives. Then the olives go on different paths. Table olives are cured to remove their natural bitterness. Spoiler alert, fresh olives taste terrible, while others are pressed to create the glorious olive oil we all know and love. The clean and sorted olives head into the crusher. This step breaks the olives down into a paste, combining the flesh, pits, and skins. Fun fact, even the pits play a role in creating the flavor and texture of olive oil. It's like making a smoothie, but instead of berries and bananas, you're using olives. The result? A thick, fragrant olive paste that's the base for our oil. After crushing, the olive paste goes into a process called malaxation. This fancy term simply means mixing. The paste is gently stirred for about 20 to 40 minutes, allowing tiny droplets of oil to merge together. This step is crucial for developing the oil's aroma and flavor. Imagine coaxing all those delicious oils out of the olives. It's like a flavor meditation. Now it's time to separate the oil from the rest of the olive paste. Enter the centrifuge. This machine spins at super high speeds, using centrifugal force to separate the oil from the water and solid bits of the paste. What comes out is a beautiful, unfiltered olive oil, rich, aromatic, and packed with flavor. Some producers go a step further and filter the oil to remove any tiny particles, creating that crystal clear golden look. Others prefer to keep it unfiltered for a more rustic taste. Either way, the result is liquid gold. Before the olive oil is bottled, it has to pass some strict quality tests. Experts check its flavor, aroma, and acidity levels to make sure it meets the standards for extra virgin olive oil, and regular olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil, or EVOO, is the creme de la creme. It's made from the first cold press and has no chemical refining, which means it's as pure and natural as it gets. Tasting olive oil is serious business. Experts look for fruity, peppery, and bitter notes, hallmarks of high-quality oil. After passing quality control, the olive oil is ready to be bottled. Factories use high-tech machines to fill bottles with precision, ensuring each one contains just the right amount. The bottles are then sealed to keep the oil fresh and protect it from light and air, which can degrade its quality over time. That's why you'll often see olive oil in dark glass bottles. Once bottled and labeled, the olive oil is packed into boxes and shipped to stores worldwide. From the factory floor to your kitchen counter, this golden elixir has quite the journey. And the best part? Olive oil doesn't just taste amazing, it's packed with health benefits, from antioxidants to heart-healthy fats. So every drizzle is as good for you as it is delicious. Now for my favorite part, tasting the olive oil. A good olive oil has layers of flavor, fruity at first, with a slight bitterness and peppery kick at the end. Let's give it a try. Wow, that's incredible. You can taste the freshness and richness that comes from all the care and effort put into making it. Before we wrap up, here are a few fun olive oil facts. Did you know it takes about 11 pounds of olives to make just 1 liter of olive oil? Or that olive oil has been called liquid gold since ancient times? And here's the tip. Store your olive oil in a cool, dark place to keep it fresh longer. So there you have it, the incredible process of how olive oil is made, from olives in the grove to golden liquid in a bottle. It's a blend of tradition, innovation, and passion that results in one of the most beloved ingredients. So the next time you drizzle olive oil on your salad or pop an olive into your mouth, remember the journey it took to get there. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more foodie adventures. And let me know in the comments, what's your favorite way to use olive oil? Until next time, stay curious and keep savoring life. Hey there, food lovers! Have you ever wondered how your favorite bagel gets made? From the moment the wheat is harvested in the fields to the delicious golden brown bagel that you grab on your morning run, it's an impressive journey of science, tradition, and of course, great taste. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an exciting culinary journey. To truly appreciate the bagel, we need to go back centuries. The story of the bagel begins in Eastern Europe, specifically in Poland, during the 17th century. It's believed that the bagel was first created as a tribute to the King of Poland, Jan III Sobieski, after his victory over the Ottoman Turks in 1683. The shape of the bagel, a perfect ring, was said to symbolize the stirrup of a horse, a nod to the king's military prowess. As Jewish communities spread throughout Europe, so did the bagel. It became a staple in Jewish bakeries across the continent. But it wasn't until the early 1900s that the bagel made its way to America, brought over by Jewish immigrants who settled in New York City. In the 1920s, bagels became a street food sensation in the city's Lower East Side. But how do factories today make such consistent, delicious bagels on such a large scale? Everything starts with the wheat. The flour that forms the base of every great bagel begins in the field. Farmers harvest specific strains of wheat that are high in protein and gluten, two key components needed for that classic bagel chewiness. Once harvested, the wheat is cleaned and ground into flour at the mill. This process is more detailed than it sounds. The wheat is carefully sorted to remove any debris, then milled into fine flour that is ideal for bagels. It's important to get the protein content just right, as this affects the dough's structure and elasticity. Then, the flour is transported to the bagel factory, where the real magic is happening. In a bagel factory, dough is created in massive mixers designed to handle large batches. First, flour is poured into the mixer. Flour is the foundation, but it's not the only ingredient. To make the dough, factories add a precise mix of water, yeast, salt, and sweeteners like barley malt syrup. This combination ensures the dough rises well and gives the bagel its subtle sweetness and perfect consistency. After adding the ingredients, the mixer begins to work its magic. The dough is mixed for around 10 to 12 minutes at high speeds, kneading the ingredients into a smooth and elastic dough. This is crucial because bagels need a dense but supple dough. Too soft, and they'll be airy. Too tough, and they'll be too hard. Once the dough reaches the right consistency, it's time to let it rest. Resting helps the gluten relax and the dough to become easier to handle during the next steps. At this point, the dough is still quite large, and the factory needs to divide it into smaller pieces. Factories use automated dough dividers to ensure that each portion is exactly the same size, usually around 3 to 4 ounces for a standard-sized bagel. The next step is crucial: the shaping of the dough into a perfect round shape. In traditional bagel making, bagels are hand-rolled, but in a factory, this process is done using automated machines. Now, here's a step that sets bagels apart from most other bread products: the boiling process. After the dough is shaped, it's time to give it the signature dense, chewy texture that makes bagels so unique. Bagels are boiled briefly in water before baking. In most factories, the water is heated to just under boiling temperature, typically around 205 to 210 degrees Fahrenheit, 96 to 99 degrees Celsius. Sometimes, a small amount of baking soda is added to the water to help the bagels develop that golden brown, glossy crust when baked. The boiling process causes the bagels to puff up, creating the chewy exterior and slightly soft interior that we all know and love. Once they're done boiling, the bagels are carefully lifted out of the water and drained before they head to the next stage. Next up, baking. The boiled bagels are now ready to go into the oven. But not just any oven, a special type of oven known as a conveyor belt oven. This system allows for continuous production, with bagels traveling through the oven on a belt for a consistent, evenly baked result. Bagels are baked at high temperatures, usually between 450 and 475 degrees Fahrenheit, 232 to 246 degrees Celsius, for about 10 to 12 minutes. As they bake, they undergo a magical transformation. The outside becomes crispy and golden, while the inside remains soft and chewy. The conveyor belt moves at just the right pace to ensure every bagel gets the perfect amount of heat. And, unlike regular bread, bagels retain their moisture and thickness due to that critical boiling step. When they come out of the oven, these bagels are perfectly baked with that signature glossy golden brown crust. Some bagels are left plain, but many bagels are topped with delicious additions, whether it's sesame seeds, poppy seeds, everything seasoning, or other flavorings. At this point, bagels are either manually or automatically topped with seeds, onions, or other flavorings. This step is crucial because it's not just about taste, it's about creating the visual appeal that makes each bagel so recognizable. Some bagels also receive a light glaze of sugar syrup to add a subtle shine and sweetness to the crust. Once the bagels are fully baked, topped, and glazed, it's time to prepare them for packaging. Bagels are carefully arranged in packaging trays or bags. Depending on the factory, bagels may be packaged by hand or with automated machines. Some factories also offer pre-sliced bagels for customer convenience. After packaging, the bagels are sealed tightly to preserve their freshness. Some factories even use nitrogen to flush out the oxygen in the packaging, which helps extend shelf life without the need for preservatives. Once packaged, the bagels are ready for distribution. They are loaded onto pallets, shipped out, and sent to stores and bakeries, ready to be enjoyed by bagel lovers everywhere. And there you have it. From the fields where the best wheat is harvested, to the dough mixing, and finally the packaging, this is how bagels are made in a factory. While the process may seem automated, it's important to remember that every bagel is crafted with care to deliver that perfect combination of texture, flavor, and freshness. Whether you like them toasted with cream cheese or piled high with smoked salmon and onions, every bagel begins with these simple yet crucial steps. So the next time you grab a bagel, you'll have a deeper appreciation for the artistry and precision that goes into making these delicious treats. Thanks for joining us today at Factory View. And if you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at bagel making, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more fascinating food production videos.